Morning. I almost
Yes,
said good evening then.
no. Good morning, Peter. Peter's got his. I don't know,
Yeah, I can
Peter.
hear somebody buzzing.
Yeah, we can hear noises from Peter. I don't think Peter can hear us. I think we have a. Well, we'll know in a minute. Or no, in 30 seconds. Okay. He's going to appear. He's on the phone at the moment. I think. No, he's not. He's thinking. I think he can hear us. Well, no, he obviously can't. He should be able to see what's happening on screen, though. Okay, things that happen behind the scenes, and I'm Blabbing for Britain broadcast. You've heard it. And in a moment, you're going to see. Okay, you're going to see me. And you're going to see all of us. Morning, John.
Good morning.
And
Hello, Peter.
Peter's live on air, but he's he's not. What? I don't know whether he's good. All right, let's carry on. And Peter will join us eventually, I'm pretty sure. Welcome to the show. This is Blabbing for Britain, episode 321. It's a UK news review and associated stories. Okay. Right. How are things in Solihull, John?
They're all right. Tomorrow, the shutdown starts around here. You know, we still have industrial fortnights, even though that's pretty much a past thing. But
Yeah.
so Land Rover shuts down tomorrow, and they do all their maintenance work while most of the workers go on holiday.
Indeed. It's pretty quiet in Wiltshire. Nothing going on, really. I think Peter's got a new light today. He got himself a litre of light, and he's got the Ukrainian flag behind him.
Peter! Oh, now he's gone.
Oh, right. He's gone. He's going to come back in. Obviously, he couldn't.
I sent him a message telling him he was in the show, but not taking part.
Okay. Well, there you have it. Let's. As you know,
before we go too deep, your team did it last night, didn't they?
You were going to mention. I was going to mention Burnley 3, Everton 2. Now, when I started watching it on the BBC website, it was Burnley 1, Everton 2, and I thought this is
1-2,
3-4,
5-6,
7-8,
9-10,
11-12. No, you've lost sound. Peter's going to make technical adjustments. Yeah, when I started watching on the BBC website, it was 2-1 to Everton. I thought, oh, we're down. We've had it. We're out of this. But then miracles happened, and we scored a goal. Then we scored another goal, and we won 3-2, which puts us just 1 point behind Everton. So we have an outside chance, I would say, of actually staying up. Yeah, which is good. I mean, I wouldn't have expected it at all. And Everton have got some big games coming up. Okay, they've got to play all the top teams, and we don't have to play the top teams. And let's say good morning. Good morning to Roland. Good morning, Wiltshire. And good morning to Roland again, who says, come on, Burnley. Well, there you are. That's the spirit from Wiltshire. Come on, Burnley. Burnley. I mean, I've got Burnley supporters in Wiltshire now.
So
I'm growing.
Only 1 point differential and the same number of games to play.
Yeah, but if you look at who Everton have got to play.
Yes,
hello,
we can
Peter.
Hear you, Peter.
Hello.
We can hear you.
We can hear you, but you can't hear us. What? Has something changed in your setup?
It's that light. It's blinding his hearing. So that looks. I mean, you've always maintained that they don't come up alive until the second part of the season. Yeah.
Yeah, I have, and we're in the second part of the last part of the season. So they have left it late this time. But if they're actually working up now, then there's a chance. There's a chance. There's always a chance until the last match. There's a chance. And the way that Everton were playing, I mean, when your opposition play like that in a do or die game, yeah, the Everton manager's got to be wondering why he went there.
Yes. Well, I think it's just no one else would have him, but that's just only my personal opinion.
That's possible. That's possible. Okay. Well, I hope that Peter does return. Now, okay. Since we last appeared, things are changing in the Ukraine. Russian troops have moved from the north, so they've given up on laying siege to Kyiv, and they've now moved to the east. And there's a lot more aid actually coming in from Europe. The first UN country has actually sent tanks. Hungary have sent tanks. So there's a lot of Czechoslovakia.
I'm afraid Hungary are rooting for the other side. So
that's the story talked about Czechoslovakian approach and about the election in Hungary. So I got myself confused for a second there. Okay. All right. Okay. Now, in other news, last Sunday, Angelica took me to Gloucester, to New Medica, the centre in Gloucester, and I had a cataract operation, and it was an experience. And as a result of that, I can now broadcast without my glasses. So I'm going to do so. Now, there is a problem in that my eyes have been hidden behind glasses for the last years. So I'm hoping that by walking next week, because we're in Germany for 2 weeks from this week, from Monday, that by going for long walks in Germany, the wind on my face, that my skin tone will actually change. But I went live yesterday twice without glasses, and I'm getting used to being me without glasses. So, because I don't need them.
Want to get rid of this panda effect of what?
That's right. That's what I need.
To be honest, Steve, and oh God, don't know what happened then. Frog in the throat. Until you actually said something, I didn't even notice that you did have a bit of paleness around the eyes.
It doesn't show up as much on camera as it does in real life. Let's try third time lucky. Morning, Peter.
Ta-da!
Okay, let us into your secret. What was it?
He's took his coat off and now we can hear us.
I've actually turned my computer round, and behind me I've got my green screen that I had, right?
Yeah.
And because it wasn't so great with that. How does my picture look?
Fine.
It's good. It's good, and the outline's good because you lit
too
well.
bright?
No.
Okay.
I don't know.
It looks bright in here. It looks pale, but when it goes out, it's okay. So this is my big green screen behind me. I've turned the computer, and I'm just trying a few things out. But the sound went. So what do? You try YouTube. You didn't hear it. You shut it down. Open it up again, and back it comes. What do you think of my Ukrainian flag?
I think it's good. It is very good. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. We were just talking about the Ukraine and the troops, or the Russian troops, being pulled out of the north and sent to the east. What are your thoughts on the current situation, Peter?
So the Belarusian troops, did you say?
No, the Russian troops have been pulled out of the north of Ukraine. They're no longer attacking Kyiv. They're being sent to the east of Ukraine, and they're expecting an attack within the next couple of days.
So what they're doing is that's what Hitler made that mistake of too many fronts at the same time. What happened is that they're now regrouping to come over to the east. However, I do think the Ukrainians will be ready for them, because they know they're building that. They're going to have something waiting for them, you know. They might have more technology in there. What I mean is warfare technology, you know, because it doesn't look as though they're going to get any troops on the ground from any, whether it's the European Union or NATO. They're just, NATO is absolutely terrified, or other countries are terrified to get involved.
But Czechoslovakia, I got this right this time, John, have just sent tanks.
Yeah.
So there are signs that the countries in NATO are taking a more proactive part.
Yeah. Now, one of the things that's getting, it's quite interesting. I actually saw a picture of, well, a video of two Russian men who came from Russia and became Ukrainian soldiers fighting the Russians. They got buried this week. The other thing I'm thinking, Belarusia. Now, is it Lukashenko? Whoever's the president in Belarusia is very friendly towards Putin, and they let troops come through his border. Okay, now that's actually aiding the war there. They could quite rightly throw bombs into that area if they wanted now. And the Ukrainians could, because they're helping them. And this is the but I don't think the Ukrainians want to be seen as going into anybody else's territory.
No, I agree, Peter.
There's Belarusians fighting for Ukraine. Did you know that?
No, I do now.
So there are Belarusians who went to Ukraine and are fighting for them, because Belarusia is a dictatorship. And what I think you're going to see shortly between Russia and Belarusia, I think you're going to have problems with them, because all these years people have waited and saying, hey, their armies are weak just now, let's move in. Let's get rid of this guy. And I think this is what's going to happen. Because remember I mentioned TikTok, and if I'm going on too long, stop me. There's a lady on TikTok, wonderful woman. She's sitting in Moscow, and she just talks about everything. She takes you around shops and shows you how empty they are, etc., etc. A very brave lady. She must be using a VPN, but they'll find her.
Yeah.
A beautiful red-haired girl, and she's keeping up to date what's happening in Moscow. Anybody that says a word is arrested and they're gone.
Oh yeah, that's true.
That's my take on it just now. You know, I love that, Corinda. And so, sorry.
It's okay. And Corinne says, hey, love the background, Peter, and need to support the Ukraine. And what's more, I actually read that from the right-hand side of the screen.
Yes.
So, progress.
Without your glasses?
Without my glasses.
So did you have laser treatment?
No, it's basically cataract is to replace the pupil bit. It is invasive surgery, and it took an hour and 20 minutes, and it was quite well organized. It looks like a warehouse that's been converted. And second floor, you've got the medical suite, and you first of all go into first contact, which is where they make sure you are who you say you are and put the eye drops in. Okay. And then you go into pre-op, and again, more drops, more questions. The surgeon comes in, has a chat, makes sure she can actually operate, and then into the operating theatre itself, which took about 20 minutes. And it was painless. I didn't feel it. I thought I'd feel it, but I didn't. All I felt was some running liquid on the side of my face, which to clean the eye. You don't see a thing. You literally do not see a thing. A lot of staff there, very friendly, very professional. And I was out of the theatre in 20 minutes into post-op, and a young lady talked me through everything I've got to do. And since Sunday, my eyesight has been improving every day. So, as I said at the top of the show, I don't need glasses anymore, certainly for what we're doing now. So it's a total game changer, because they now are booking me in for the second eye. So then, world, watch out! I can actually
All right,
see.
so you've only had one done so far.
Yeah, they only do one at a time, because if they did both, you wouldn't be able to see. So they do one, and then if they like you, they book you back in for the second one. Unfortunately, they liked me, so I'm going back there in May. And I mean, with operations, it's the fear of the unknown. Yeah. Once you've had the operation, you're going for it a second time, then, but I've got to agree. Peter said to me years ago that the NHS is wonderful, and I've got to totally agree, Peter. The professionalism of the staff, the quality of the operation, the friendliness, and the support call on the Monday to make sure I'm still here.
For all it gets up, I'll tell you, the government that tries to change it into privatisation will not get my vote.
No, mine.
It's not changing. It's even for insulin, it's a matter of life and death in America. Can I eat this, or can I take my insulin? If I don't eat that, I'll come down with it, but I'll die if I don't take that.
Yeah.
And it's an absolute ridiculous. Incidentally, you made a TikTok. Have you applied to join TikTok yet?
I'm on TikTok, but I'm not on TikTok.
So if you have a look, I'll just give you this name of this lady, because I think she's great. It would be at Iron, IRON, Curtin, as in CURTAINLYF. That's Iron Curtin. And she's up there and she's giving the truth. All you need to do is log in and look at her. Okay?
Right. Yep, got it.
And a very brave young lady, who I don't think we'll see much longer, because they'll find out.
Right, over to Corinda. Corinda, I'm at last broadcasting event is at the NEC in Birmingham.
He's not very far from me then.
No, is that it?
It's about 3 and a bit miles to the NEC from here.
Corinda, are you actually there or watching it?
It says he's at last day of broadcasting event. I am in NEC, but I don't know where this NEC is. It's in somewhere called Birgingham.
Okay, and over to Corinda, who's saying he's on TikTok, Peter, and I'm there physically. Okay, enjoy the day. Enjoy the day.
I've got 2 accounts, one for me and one for business,
Yeah.
And people I met, you'll see all weird and wonderful things I've got to, because what happens is you scroll up and you don't know what's coming on next, right? But people do get banned from it. Anyway, I've changed my Facebook page.
I do, yes. Yes, I've been sending people there.
And I'm not getting rid of, but if anything happens, what I found out, you can try and reclaim my.
It's frozen.
We still hear, John.
And it's driving me crazy. I have seen something online where you pay and they will recover for you, but I'm not sure about it yet. But I have never, and even your OneDrive, John, I've set up OneDrive now, okay, with my Samsung, and even that brought me to tears. I'm having password rage, I'm having computer rage, and it has drained me. But I've now got Dashlane up and running.
Good.
And hopefully that's got to do. But I did forget the password.
You forgot password. Just a minute.
You keep freezing, Peter.
I keep freezing.
You forgot the password. Yeah, you got the password. You forgot the password to Dashlane.
No, he said he'd got it up and running.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh, that's good.
I've got Dashlane.
Yeah.
It's
Okay. Out to Brenda while we're sorting Peter out. Can you guys something about TikTok and Facebook page? I hear that Facebook and TikTok got influencers now. I think there are influencers on most sites, but they're not. The thing, no, not right. Just a moment. The thing about being an Amazon Live influencer is you can actually sell things and make money. I don't think anybody else has got that at the moment.
TikTok has.
All right. Okay.
You can make. There's 3 ways to make money on TikTok. Drive them to your site. Get sponsored.
Yeah.
A lot of them get sponsored now. The influencers, and I think there's money per views now. The more views you get, So it is. I mean, I seen a local estate agent of mine, and they done that. This is their first TikTok, and all the girls are dancing. But you get serious stuff on it. You get funny stuff. You get educational, and you just see all the different views. As I say, I'm watching a guy in Ukraine traveling about Ukraine, picking up people and taking them to the borders just now, and he gets a lot of people watching him, and a lot of money to fund them doing it, Anyway, so
going back to Ukraine, while we've been on, there's on the BBC. Apparently, the Chernobyl area, the Russians, I mean, they went a while back from Chernobyl, but they dug trenches in the red area, which is the most radioactive area. And there actually appears to be quite a concern for the troops that were there, because they would have got severe radiation poisoning from digging holes in the red zone.
Oh, yeah.
That was a while back, and they've actually handed it back to the Ukrainians.
Now, I know they left a while back, but it's only today that they've announced that they've used a drone over the entire area to find out exactly what they did, and that they've an area called the Red Zone, which is mainly forest, and they've dug in there, and the troops even are most likely to have got radiation poisoning strongly from digging in that area.
The thing is, what I'm seeing on TikTok, actually, where I'm seeing it, in some of these things, you're seeing the truth. Okay, you're seeing what's really happening, and it's quite tragic to see what's happening in real time. And but nobody's going to tell me that Ukrainian soldiers at some point don't go for revenge too. Nobody can say that's not, which is probably happening. Okay, but there's a lot of bitterness out there just now, and just watching what's happening, because there have been atrocities been found, and one and but I can bet your bottom dollar there's something on the other side too. It always happens during a war. Yeah. But I don't know that. Don't know the answer to it.
I don't think we can see an end to the war yet, can we?
No.
It's going to continue. More people will die.
The only thing I can see is a buffer zone going into the east of Ukraine, and with either United Nations coming in and being the buffer. Yeah.
Just hope for a truce, Peter.
In Russia, the girls that were influencers, they're taking their Gucci handbags and everything. And do you know what they're doing?
Setting fire to them.
Apart. And so what's happened is the likes of McDonald's, KFC, and all these people have pulled up the Russian government and said, don't worry, we'll make our own. So they're making their own brand of burgers, of chicken, and it's all going to, you know, their brand, and that's what. But the problem is, you see, Russia can be self-sufficient too for a while if they deal with China.
Mm-hmm.
And a man I don't agree with, I've seen him on yesterday. What was the guy Nigel Farage used to hate in the European Parliament?
Oh, I mean, no, you mean the president of the European Parliament?
Well, I've got to tell you, I watched him this morning on TikTok, and boy, did he! I didn't think I would agree with him. And what he's saying is, he says, your sanctions are too slow. This was the European Parliament. You're too slow, and you need to hit him hard with everything we've got for sanctions, not a bit at a time. Go for it now and go hard. And I never thought I would hear that man speaking like that, you know. And he gave them what for. And that brings me on to something else. We're going to wait to get 9 nuclear stations, isn't it?
8. Well, it says 8 on my article, but
saving the planet seems to have gone out the window.
Well,
because we're not talking about. Sorry, Peter, go on.
It was never realistic, you know. We've got Trump.
Huh?
So what they've said, and I said this.
You're still freezing, Peter.
Big nuclear station have.
Nah, you keep freezing, Peter.
Right, I'll refresh.
Okay. So the thing is, from our end of what we're looking at, it looks normal, because it's not being transmitted anywhere. When I'm looking at myself now, it's me. I haven't actually been sent anywhere. I'm still in the studio, so it looks perfect. It's just the transmission that has the problem.
Yeah.
He said, "Okay, let's go over here and try again." Okay.
Corinda says, isn't it illegal to fly a drone over Ukraine? Not when you're the Ukrainian government.
Yeah, it is for military purposes.
They basically
are you back, Peter?
What they're moving back into.
Yes. Is that okay?
Yeah. Okay. Carry on.
You go all right for a while, and then suddenly it just starts again.
That's me using
But you were talking about nuclear power, Peter.
Yeah. We should, from now on, and this has just proved it, we should be self-sufficient. And if you don't like fracking, tough, it's coming. It's either that or freeze to death. Okay? Now, we should not hand over anything to one that would affect our defense. Our communication systems, like Chinese masts and things or whatever, and our own infrastructure, the nuclear plants, that should all belong to the United Kingdom.
But hang on, Pete. We didn't buy Chinese technology. We bought Norwegian technology. We didn't become self-sufficient. We just bought it from Europe at 50% more instead.
Yeah, but we should be in control of it. Once it's built, it's ours, and we'll look after it. Yeah, we've been caught out, haven't we?
I think the whole of Europe has been caught out, most especially Germany.
Yeah,
they're in a situation where they can't cut the resources that they get from Russia, because it would collapse the German economy. And if the German economy collapses, then the European Union would collapse.
Well, see, how's the thing?
That's the end that knows everything.
After the Second World War, they didn't want to be seen as a military power again, etc. And they wanted to be nice Germans, and that's fine. And we know there's a lot of lovely people from Germany. But unfortunately, they've left themselves exposed with it. You know, have a strong army so that we can all help one another, you know. And they pulled the British troops out. All the British troops go, guess what? They're going back. They're going back to Germany. Slowly but surely. And we should then build up. I mean, even my regiment aren't tanks anymore. We were a heavy armoured brigade. And we are now to like, there's hardly any British tanks anymore. And they've been caught once more. What say you, John, about the power stations?
I'm all for it. I want them to do everything possible, whether that's wave technology, nuclear, wind, solar, you know, and let's get self-sufficient as soon as humanly possible.
I was listening to a radio program the other day, and it was about a man down in the southwest, I think. He says, I've got no gas. He says, it's all solar generated power. And he bought big lithium batteries, I think.
Yeah, well, yeah, that's a technology from promoted mainly by Tesla, of course.
Yes.
Not Tesla's cars, but Tesla's household battery thing.
Yeah.
I've got a friend who builds houses, not giant things. He'll take an area of land and he'll build a maximum of 5 houses on it. You know, he'll buy an old pub and knock the pub down and build on the car park and the pub. And he now builds solar into the roof, not on top of the roof, but it's part of the actual roof. And his next build that they're planning to put, because at the moment all they do is go back to the grid with any excess. Yeah, and you get a paltry amount of money, but you still don't get much of an electric bill. He plans to put batteries in the next house so that the garage will be slightly longer so as it can accommodate batteries at the back.
Very good. See, do you know why I don't like them built in?
Well, what built in, sorry?
Solar panels.
Solar. Well, because you can't earn any money from the pigeons that get trapped underneath.
I love them going on after. It breaks my heart when I see a new housing development and I go, oh no. And you see the solar panels built in. That breaks my heart.
Well, the last site that they did, they look like tiles.
Yeah. Yes.
And they're using a sort of dark grey tile on the roof instead of a traditional red tile. So you can barely tell that there's solar panels on the roof.
So what we'll do instead, I'll go around a housing estate and I'll go, oh my, what? No, solar panel work here. We've got house farting work. Because a lot of them, I put a thing in to stop house
under the eaves,
and then I go around the estate and say, hi, my name's Peter. I deal with rats, mice, wasps and everything. And don't worry, you will get them one day. How's my cat? So, we're left in Ireland. Okay, Stephen, anything else?
Yeah, I'm good. I was just saying you're talking. Boy, that's good.
So, did you see the government's different points about there? So their plan is 6 points: nuclear, wind, hydrogen, solar, oil and gas, and heat pumps. And they want to make money available for heat pump development, so we don't have boilers in our houses in the future.
Yes. Yeah, it's expensive at the moment, isn't it? To get
well, that's why they want to accelerate development to make them cheaper. Yeah. And then builders hopefully will put them in the houses in the first place on new builds.
Mm-hmm. And then everybody will have to get one.
But there's still a strategy on oil and gas that might help out Aberdeen.
You know what I've done in London? Can't hear you.
You've gone frost again.
Mark. Reload.
Yeah, we're going to have to refresh again, Peter. Right, back to tours. Yeah, I mean, basically, they're looking every house, removing the boiler and putting the pumps in, aren't they, John?
Yeah, it's not economic at the moment, though. Now, Peter's back, but none of us are there
Peter's
anymore.
definitely back.
I'm gonna wait and look at my deco.
That's okay. I've got a new button. Basically, I can just press a button, and whenever I press the button, whatever I press goes on solo, and it's very handy, especially when you're introducing products.
No. Then you're going to have to change that slide, aren't you?
I'm going to.
You're going to have
I've
to
got
take
2,500 videos of me
and put someone without glasses on.
Yeah, I'm going to have to. This is this photograph that Angelica took. I mean, that's out of date now. This is a problem.
You have to update it.
Indeed. But that photograph was taken on my birthday, and I was in birthday mood. So might have to wait until February 22nd next year before I'm actually in the same mood again to take another shot. Unless we do one in Germany. It's going to be good to be in Germany for 2 weeks.
So if you're in Germany for 2 weeks, are we not broadcasting for 2 weeks?
Well, does either of you have Be Live?
I don't. Yeah. Peter does.
It's up to you. Yeah, it's up to you. I mean, we are equal partners in this franchise. If you want to go live, go live. You don't have to wait for me. Yeah, Blabbing for Britain, episode 322 and 323. May well be.
Just the two of us. It looks like Stephen's given up. I mean, we haven't seen him for ages.
Yeah, I've got to be fair. I don't think he's coming back. I mean, he does messages occasionally to keep us up to date on his health, but not heard anything in relation to actually coming back on here. So it's the three of us, and we've tried in the past. We've tried bringing a fourth person in. It just doesn't work, and it works well with just the three of us. So, no need to do anything.
No, that's Peter that sings, not me.
It is definitely Peter who sings, not you. Yeah.
Can you hear me?
We can hear you.
We can hear you. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Right. Do you know
it doesn't last long, unfortunately. Now, I did watch you in the pub the other day.
I did too.
What pub?
In Glasgow.
You were singing in the pub, weren't you?
Famous. Did you like Mike Tom Jones?
It's not unusual for Peter to sing.
Peter, I can say without fear of contradiction, you are far better than John and I.
I who have nothing. Right, I'm going to ask us for a third time. Did you know what I've done at 7:30 in the morning, Monday?
No. Peter, what did you do at 7:30 in the morning on Monday?
Right. I actually became a mentor. I was asked by my bank if I would be a mentor for the women in business. And I was allocated a lady to mentor. So I'd looked into it and what she does, etc. And I says, what have I got in common with this lady? Because she deals with woodworking, a joiner. And I thought, what have I got in? So then I found a bit of commonness. She's German. So that was a start. And then we looked at things. And I says, I've been asked to do this. It's the first time I've done it. I says, but hopefully I can help you in any way. But do you know, it was absolutely brilliant because I just wrote some things and asked her questions. And that first hour, she said to me, this is a lot of information. And I thoroughly enjoyed it. And I didn't realise how much knowledge I'd picked up over the last 30 odd years. So I was very happy, and I know that I'm going to be able to help her now in some way. So that's me.
Brilliant. Yeah. Well, the thing is that we take our expertise for granted. Yeah. That when you meet somebody who's in need of expertise, that's when it surfaces, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. You put together, you can actually help people through everything. I mean, you're talking from experience, Peter. You've actually done it. Yeah.
That's another thing. Just before we come on, well, when I was trying to sort it out after, I got a phone call from a guy called Gary. Now, you know, I've had foot problems for basically 5 years after I had my operation. And could I get rid of the problem? And I met this guy, Active Balance, 3 minutes away from my house up in the sports centre. And I says, where have you been hiding? And he does the New Zealand rugby team and everything when they come to Britain. He says, they come up here, Peter. I says, you're needing video testimonials. And you know what he just done? He's phoned me to say, would you be my first video testimonial?
Oh, brilliant. Brilliant.
I'm afraid you've frozen again, Peter.
Oh,
no, you're okay. You're okay,
now.
Peter. You're okay.
Yeah.
You're okay.
I don't. This is Nico. I don't know what's going wrong. You know, it's been very good up till now.
Oh yeah, yeah. That's
look at that. Yeah. So yeah, it's even showing me how to use Trello. Do you know about Trello?
Yeah.
Yep.
So
yeah.
I'll probably learn things from her too.
Oh yeah, yeah. Yeah, I mean, Trello's very good. It was brilliant when it was free, but then they reduced what you can do as a free user.
Right. We use a thing called Team Up for a business, and it's worked very well for us. And the guys put reports onto it. But I've got big news. Well, to me, it's big news.
Go on then.
So we've got a new system coming in. It's here now. And I thought, right, I'm going to know this. And I had a meeting with the guys yesterday, bought them their breakfast, and they come up with their objections and everything. So it's all about electronic trapping. And we've got this all singing, dancing system. It costs £2,400 for the license and software. But the customer buys it from us, so I've not got the burden of it. And I said, we are going to know it inside out, sideways out, upside down. We are going to know everything about it, whether you like it or not, because we are going to be disruptors. We are going to be on that wagon, traveling just like they did in the Midwest. We are going forward with it, right? There's no messing about anymore. We will be digital pest control experts.
Well, it's a USP, Peter. To be there first and be leading the fight.
It's there for everybody, but they're all going, I don't know. I will be there, and I'm going out, and I'm going to be pushing it because it's the future. And I've got a gold service, I've got a silver service, and I've got a bronze service. What one do you want?
Yeah.
Lovely jubbly.
Brilliant. Okay, John, is it time to get back on?
Does that allow you to get reports on your mobile of what's going on with the
certainly the big one. The customer owns it if they buy it from us, and then if anything happens, customer gets notice of say a mouse in a food factory. We get notice of the food factory, and we get there to the client quicker. We get rid of see if there's a further problem with it, and we're on top of the pest control or the problem, and look at where they've got in, how it happened, and we don't have to wait for a week to find the damage or somebody discovering it after a week. We know there and then. If it comes in at 7 and it's dead at 7 minutes and 2 seconds past, we will know about it. It uses Wi-Fi and a thing called LoRa, and people will ask for it in the future. So it's better to be well above the technology, just like we did.
If a factory wanted to install it, would it be expensive?
No, it would be cost effective for them.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right.
Because Well, one of the first ones that bought it is a retail unit in London. No, like a shopping centre. This is, we want to know
Mm-hmm.
we've got a problem. So it goes in, they'll maybe buy it, but they still need a person, you know. So a lot of them, my guy says, oh, but forget to sell, they won't need us. I says, well, they'll need us to come and deal with it and then investigate it further, but we'll know about it quicker. And it really, it's what I've been, when I go away to London and everything, this is what I'm looking for the future. I've even got ones that are going to have, the other ones out now, German, may I add, they've got cameras in them. Snap! And it sends you a picture of it lying there. Corpus delictus,
Right.
or as we say in Aberdeen, deed.
The doorbell's ringing. I'll be back in less than a minute.
So that is the technology. And we've even got one of this at the moment, we've got a camera that detects insects.
Yeah.
And if I don't know it now, if I am not known as one of the experts in it, somebody else will.
Oh yeah, that's true.
That's why I'm really excited about it. And I'm not going to mention on here, but I'm doing things behind the scene as well to get out there.
Mm-hmm.
And not only that, the company that I'm dealing with says, we will back you money wise too. You get people there, we will come up and we will demonstrate with you, etc. Lovely. Anyway, that's enough about me. About you.
Well, the doorbell rang, but there's nobody there, but there's an Amazon parcel in the porch. So
Kids running away again. Do you know, I go on my bike. I've got a new thing to go on my bike because that other one was too rattly. I was annoyed. I've got another one. I says, what is it? So I looked at Amazon and it was delivered about a week ago. And it was hidden between two parts and I didn't know he delivered it. So I had a look and I found it. So that's good. It's long. I've got an extension to my handlebar. It's long. And then I'm buying a S10, a reconditioned S10. And I'm going to go live on Facebook with my camera. Yeah.
This is the Oppo.
All right.
I bought for Celia.
Okay.
And I'm really impressed.
So, but can you have a Samsung account or something? Would it work with OneDrive?
It works with OneDrive.
Okay.
It's not a Samsung feature. It's an Android feature.
Yeah. I may look at it again. Did you send me the link, by the way?
I did send you the link, yeah.
What on so? Whereabout did you send it?
Well, in the end, I didn't buy it direct from Oppo because it was 99p more in Argus and I just went and collected it.
Could you do me a favour? Could you send me the link again, please?
Yeah, will do.
And
I sent it into your new Facebook page.
People said, see that new one I've got?
Yeah.
The amount of people said how handsome I look. With my tie and everything. Fresh looking.
Yeah.
And that was quite a few years ago. I think more of them need to go for your what you got done, Stephen. I think I would love to get that, by the way. So
yeah, Celia really likes the Oppo. It's a big screen. It's very clear.
Good pictures.
I can't believe it was less than 200 quid. Only by a penny, but it was less than 200 quid.
What I'm going to do with my one or whatever, I'm just going to use it for filming and hardly any apps or anything on it. That's what I'm doing.
I've got an older phone here that I use for video.
Yeah.
This is a Huawei P20 Pro.
Okay. Do you know what I'm impressed with?
Yeah.
The solidness of my background. What do you think, Hughes?
It's because you're well lit, Peter.
Is that what it is? I've got a dimmer in it. Do you know what I've had to do with it? I've actually raised it up a bit, and I've put on other lights as well, you know?
Right. Okay, fine.
I didn't, because it was shining on this bit of my head.
Anyway,
Yeah.
Celia was impressed with the Oppo, yeah, but she was more impressed with the cover. Modelled on an old telephone booth.
I've got a question for you. Would you buy a Tesla?
No.
No,
Stephen?
I don't drive anymore. I don't drive anymore, so no.
Okay.
Yeah,
I haven't driven for a long time, though, really, have you, Stephen?
This is true. This is true. The surgeon on Sunday said, "Do you drive?" And I said, "No, I don't." She said, "Well, when you've had both eyes done, you should." So there you are.
Oh, right.
Do you know what I'm proud to say as well? That I've got an app in my phone now, and Drive Tech or something, and it actually, as soon as I go in my car, put my phone onto the holder, it actually assesses your driving all the time. And I'm delighted to say that I'm a pro driver.
I think you should be banned from the road. Is that what it is, Peter?
No, it's to actually get better insurance if you want it. But the main reason I went on it, because after 150 miles, you get entered into a prize draw for a car every month.
Oh, right.
Ah.
Have you renewed your insurance yet this year?
I'm waiting for my insurance. I was talking about that yesterday, but seemingly they can only take 20% off your no claims bonus.
All right.
That's the
our insurance went down this year.
All right.
I mean, we had both cars on the same date, same policy. And we were shocked. And I'm not talking tuppence here. It went down 50 quid from, well, it was for both cars this year was under £460. And it was over 520 last year.
That's good news. What was that with?
That was just with Direct Line, and that was with their standard renewal. It's because...
Here's the thing about insurances. Unfortunately, you know how good they are when you have to make a claim. That is the difference. Now, I don't know if you know this, but did you know I don't own a car?
Well, you lease.
No, I've bought them all now. Apart from one, yeah, and I'm away to buy the other one. And
are you actually buying them this time then?
Yeah, I've got 3 purchases now. I got 2 from France, brand new, and it's a big saving. And I got 1 that I bought second hand, and I give it to my worker. One of them doesn't have a hand, so he got a second hand one to maybe help him out.
It wasn't even funny, Peter. It wasn't even funny.
So no, he's got 1 finger, and the last one I'm going to wait to buy. So they're all purchased, and they've all got cameras in them now that goes into the cloud should there be anything happening. And the next thing I'm looking at, you're not going to believe what I'm looking at next, and they're made in York.
You're going to buy them bars for what are they called? The truckers, the bars for truckers. You know, chocolate bar for truckers.
No, Yorkies.
Yorkies.
I can't eat them now. Guess what I'm looking at? An electric tricycle.
There's a shop up the road. Shop up the road, Peter, from here that's got an electric bike and does their deliveries on an electric bike.
Yeah.
And it is a tricycle because it's got a box on the back.
Yeah, you get a box in the back, and basically you get around the town, you're stabilised. You could go in it in a suit, just wear a suit, or if you wear a suit, and then go about Aberdeen in it. Because one thing I hate, I used to love driving. I hated them. I hate it. I don't enjoy it anymore. So I might buy one of them and go about the town. Park up. Lovely jubbly. You have to get a good lock. You know? Get your shopping. And I told Sheila yet, she'll go mental. Can I tell you my best gadget, guys, that I bought recently? The tile.
Yeah.
I told you about the tile. The tile I have used about every day of my life since I bought it. Remember the tile?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember the tile. Yes, find your things.
And they get AirDrop as well, but AirDrop only works with, you guessed it, Apple.
Yeah.
Doesn't work with Android.
Yeah.
Anyway, that's enough from me.
Are you using your tablet much? Your new tablet?
Where's my iPad? I haven't seen it for weeks. I actually use it quite a lot, John. The only thing I find is that the shape of it. Do you do landscape or portrait when you look at things, films and that?
If it's a film, I do it portrait. If I do it
portrait.
Yeah.
Okay.
But if I want to watch it, I just turn it.
Yes.
And then it automatically turns.
Yeah, I know. I'm doing that as well. I'm just getting used to it, but I quite like it. I really do. It's quick, it's fast, and the best thing about it is the battery length. It's unbelievable.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
I put on my iPad the other day, and the battery was going like that. You know. So I've got 2 to go to my bath with now. If one runs out of battery, I take the other one and put it up in my bath.
Right, in case you've not noticed, I'm live at 5 o'clock today with OneStream, talking about a new OneStream feature, which is Live Spaces. And I did a session with Chris Boven last night, and Chris is setting up her Live Spaces. And basically, this is the ability to broadcast to your website when you don't have a website, because you can use a page on OneStream for your live broadcasts. And it's simple and straightforward to do. I'll be demonstrating exactly how to do it from beginning to end, live at 5 today in the OneStream group. I'm looking forward to that. And it's great technology. It just simply works. You don't need any coding at all, John. You just simply do as you're told. Design the page layout yourself. You can have a title, a description. You can have your email address. You can have 4 social media connections. And when people are actually watching live on the page, they can actually check out all your social media whilst they're doing it. And it's all part of OneStream, who seem to bring new things all the time.
But the problem is, you got OneStream cheap, didn't you?
I got OneStream and AppSumo, so did Chris, and so did Maria. Yeah.
So how much is it for OneStream?
You've got to look at this as being a business proposition. It's $69 a month, and then you can go live on your website whenever you want. Yeah, and no coding required. Simple and straightforward.
I'll try and have a look at that. 5 o'clock today.
5 o'clock today in the OneStream group and elsewhere as well.
Stephen Healy's on. Stevie says, "Is this live or what?" I don't know. I'll look in and say it was 2 hours ago, Peter.
It's definitely live at 5.
Great.
Okay. If I'm live, I'm answering the comments, and when there are comments, although on Facebook these days getting people to comment, as we all know, is not impossible.
It's a disgrace.
Yeah, I've got to say, a week ago, in fact, just over a week ago, Facebook said you can't go live on Facebook anymore. Now, the last time that happened, because we're on Facebook today, the last time that happened was 3 years ago, and my whole world collapsed because everything I did was on Facebook. Yeah, and this time round, the week in Facebook jail just flew by because Facebook is such a small part of what I do on a weekly basis. That I didn't miss it all. I've got to say, I did not miss going live on Facebook, which is an indictment really of the way Facebook is at the moment. Yeah, both for going live and for marketing.
Yeah, I mean, it's
reaching people.
Yeah. What other platforms can you use advertising with as a local business?
YouTube, possibly.
YouTube, yeah. Do you get traction there locally?
No, but I mean, if you focus on something, you can be successful and get traction. We know that. But it's, I mean, Facebook has just gone. I mean, the indication that Facebook has gone is yesterday. Maury Smith, a well-known Scottish lady who lives over the waters, started her own private networking group for free. And you can join Maury Smith's new network for free and get all her training, which used to be on Facebook, in the new group for free. And she's gone over to Mighty Networks.
Oh,
so I did a year on Mighty Networks. It's darn good, but at the time I did it, getting people to actually go there was the difficult part. Now I think that's changed. People are actually saying, okay, Facebook's past jump shark, and we now need new pastures, and those are going to be private networks. Yeah, with Maury Smith leading the way.
I am on the Care Connection, right? We'll have a huddle, and I'm there as a supplier. And John, you should look at it because there's a chef's group, there's a finance group, all within it, that buy equipment, buy in the pest control, and other things, you know. As I say, the chef one and the people that put out the money. So that use Mighty Networks as well, the Care Connection.
Yeah. It's a very good system. Anyway, John, it's over to you.
Really? My gosh, that hour went fast, didn't it? Okay, so it's goodbye from my friend supporting Ukraine up in Scotland, and it's goodbye from my friend minus his glasses in the southwest, and it's goodbye from me in the Midlands. Bye-bye.
Bye.
We didn't get a shoes from Mia from Stu.